Yo, what's up guys, and welcome back to another Showdown Live with me, PokeaimMD. Oh, bars, holy crap. Pokemon rap tag, PokeaimMD confirmed. Anyway, today I'm going to be using the Zygarde balance team that I actually did a team building with AIM video the other day. So you guys can go check that out if you want. It's probably one of the most recent videos on my channel, if not the most recent video on my channel. But in any case, we're actually just going to look for a game. I already went over the team there. There's no point in me going over the team one more time. I'll show you guys the members. But that's about it. So we have Zygarde, Choice-Scarf, T-Tar, Spadef, Skarmory, Physically Defensive, Mixed, Venusaur, Combine, Rain Dance, Manaphy, and Offensive, or Fast, Taunt, Tran. Now this live may or may not be that long. I don't think it'll be too long just because I am using balance and the games are going to be a little bit slower, so I don't want to be here too long just playing with a slow-paced team. This is more the team that I'd use in potentially a tournament or something like that, just because it is balanced. But we got a game right away. Now my opponent's team is really Zygarde week, actually. Really Zygarde week. Zygarde sets up on the majority of my opponent's team. He actually has Clefable for it, if I'm being honest. Now, what I want to do is, it depends what I really want to lead off with. I kind of want to lead off with Tyranitar just in case he leads off with Entei, because I don't want to give it any free turns. However, at the same time, I do want to lead off with my Heatran, because not only does it beat the majority of his team, I can get up my Stealth Rock. But if he leads off with Rotom, then Zygarde is actually going to lead. Let me try Zygarde. We'll see. But he ends up leading off with Ferrothorn, which is pretty cool because we're actually going to go for it right off the bat. We're going to see if we can sub-coil up. It depends if he's unaware of Clefable. I don't think he is, but we're going to see how much we can do right now. He'll more than likely go for a Stealth Rock or a Leech Seed right here. As he goes for his rocks, that is fine because what I can do is just coil up. I already know for a fact that I can take on his Clefable if it isn't unaware. So I'm going to coil up, that way his Gyro Ball cannot break my sub. It also just obviously gives me the accuracy. He stays in right here, so that's great, because he is 100% not breaking my sub. Are we going to see a Zygarde sweep? Game 1? He's not even switching out to his Clefable. That's amazing. I don't even think the next Gyro Ball will break my sub, as it actually does. He doesn't have an Encore mod on his team. If it is Clefable with Encore, it's obviously slower than my Zygarde, so I can go for the Earthquake on that. So really surprised he's actually staying with his Ferrothorn. I don't know if he's unaware of Clefable. If he is, I'll be sad. Honestly, sorry, just drinking some water. I'm a little bit sick. Under the weather. Shout out to H2O. I'll be sad because this might have been the easiest Zygarde sweep of Zygarde's life. But he does go Clef. We will find out right here if he is unaware. If he's not, I'm pretty sure I 2 KO him. If he is, obviously I'll do like 30%. He is unaware. That is a little bit frustrating. However, it's not the worst for me because I do have my Heatran, which I can go out into, and I can set up my rocks as well as Toxic this thing. He could go for the Thunder Wave, predict my switch as he does. That's fine. I had no way of preventing that, I believe. And I'm actually going to get my rocks right here because even though he does have a spinner in Excadrill, he should not go right out into it. He should go out into his Rotom right now. So Venusaur is such an obvious play, and that'll just give him the momentum to go out into Pidgeot. But I don't mind that too much because Tyranitar kind of just pursuit traps Pidgeot. So I'm actually going to go out to Venusaur. Even if he goes for Will-O-Wisp, predicting my switch, that's completely fine, as he ends up going right for the Hydro Pump. Now, what I can do right here is, I believe Synthesis up. It's my best play. I don't want to be too weak. He decides that Excadrill is the switch into Venusaur. Really interesting because I'll be able to beat that thing 1v1 with the Giga Drains easily. As he is going to Rapid Spin right here, so we will be breaking his Balloon, which means once I get up Spikes, I can beat him 1v1. Even though he does have Entei, I kind of want to go for Sludge Bomb. At the same time, though, I don't want him staying in. I don't think he's SD, but I'm going to head up with an HP Fire as he goes Pidgeot. And again, that's completely fine for me because I do have T-Tar and Heatran, both pretty perfect Pidgeot switching. So I'm actually going to go out to my T-Tar because I am Choice Scarf. It's confirmed that his Excadrill actually has the Mold Breaker, so I could actually outspeed his Excadrill and hit it with a superpower had he U-turned out into it. But I'm gonna go for Pursuit right here, as he ends up going for Protect with his Pidgeot. Interesting, because now I'm actually gonna go out to my Heatran because I don't want to be locked into Pursuit. I know I could beat him 1v1 pretty easily. However, Heatran can get up the rocks, though if he does confuse me like that, it is going to be a little bit harder to get up my rocks versus him. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to go for the sweep with Venusaur at the end anyway. It beats Unaware Clefairy. Did I just say Clefairy? Unaware Clefable. But he has HP ground as he's actually able to pick me off with that. Wow. So I got to calm down a little bit because I'm playing a little bit too rushed, I believe. And what I'm going to do is go for the Stone Edge. I don't care if he goes out into anything. I just want to be able to knock out this Pidgeot. HP ground will not knock me out even with the sand boost being gone. And I didn't expect HP ground. I didn't expect Protect too. What? Protect on this Pokemon. But he's able to go out into his Ferrothorn right here. Now, I have a very, very easy switch into my Venusaur. I actually don't want to go so because it's that easy. But once I burn this Ferrothorn, I think Manaphy also wins. But I'm going to go out to Skarmory because I don't care if he doubles into his Entei right here, seeing as how I can get up my a Spike. Even if Entei comes out, and I do have my Manaphy, which still can wall his Entei. Even if he goes Rotom right now, I still do have Venusaur as well to take it on. So it's not looking too bad. He does go directly into Entei, as I am able to get up that Spike. That's great. I pressure his Excadrill. Unfortunately, I did lose my rocks. Maybe I could have scouted for the HP ground, but however, I didn't have a way of really doing that. So I'm actually going to go out to my Manaphy right now because I can eat up the Sacred Fire relatively easily, as unfortunately for me, my opponent is going to burn me. However, I am going to go for the Rain Dance because not only does it clear my burn, it also gives me the chance to rest off and also beat Clefable 1v1 pretty easily. I'm actually going to go for Scald because it is my only way of burning him, or at least doing damage to him, as I do get a crit. And he does have Unaware, so he's actually unaware of my special attack drop, so I can go for the Scald one more time and either get the burn and knock him out, or hit the Rotom Wash upon switching, which I can easily rest up versus, since Rotom cannot do anything versus me. Volt Switch does not do too much. I should be faster. I should be able to go right for the rest. Even if I'm not faster, Volt Switch will not knock me out, as I'm able to rest up, as he's going to go right for the Volt Switch. However, Rain is going to wake me up this turn. As you can see, it only did 40% to me. And now we're in a little bit of a situation. Not really, though, because I believe I could just go right out into my Skarmory on the Hurricane and take it. And then I can roost up with this thing on Ferrothorn. So I'm actually going to go out into my Tyranitar on the Heat Wave and then proceed to, as long as he doesn't burn me right here, I can proceed to go for Pursuit, which will be able to 2-hit KO him. So I'm going to go for Pursuit. With the Sand damage, I should be beating this thing 1v1. We've already seen his entire moveset. We already know he does not have, unless he Hurricane Confusions me right here, he should not be beating me 1v1. And I will gladly sack my Tyranitar for his Pidgeot, which was a huge threat to my team. So Pidgeot goes down. Great for me, as I think we're going to go out to Zygarde now, because if he goes Excadrill, what I can do is just click Earthquake and knock him out. And if he goes Rotom, I can sub up versus that. So great for me. Also, like I said, if I kill Entei, I completely sweep him with Mega Venusaur. So I'm pretty sure I'm still in a good position, even though I obviously lost my Heatran to that HP ground. Didn't expect HP ground, though. Maybe I should have. Didn't have a best way of scouting for it, though. But he goes on to Entei, as I am going to go out to Zygarde. Now, I do not mind trading my Zygardes. Basically, if I get burnt, I don't mind getting burnt, as long as I'm able to weaken Entei to the point where it cannot switch into my Venusaur anymore. So I really don't mind getting burnt right here. I really don't mind letting Zygarde take one for the team. But he does choose to go out into his Rotom, however, as Rotom is something that I can stall out. I'm pretty sure Hydro Pump does not break my sub. It's a roll. But I'm going to go for sub right here, as he's going to go for Will-O-Wisp, which is great because I'm going to try and do some damage to this guy. So I'm going to go for Coil, even though he does have that Clefable. Yes, I could go for Earthquake as well. However, I'm going to go for Coil because I just want to raise my accuracy and my power, obviously, of my attacks. And as you can see, his attack is not breaking my sub. I do want to click Earthquake right here just in case he went out to Clefable that turn, because if he gets the leftovers after the Spike, he will be able to beat me. So that's why I wanted to go for Earthquake right there. But I'm just going to stall him out of Hydro Pumps then, if that is what I need to do. He gets a really high roll right there. A little bit unfortunate for me. Nothing I can do about that, though. We're going to still try and stall him out, though, of these Hydro Pumps. He's hitting them all, and he got a crit right there. So not only did he get a high roll, but he got a crit. Obviously, I'm attacking my Zygarde's health. However, I am stalling him out of Hydro Pumps. As you can see, he did just miss that Hydro Pump right there, and I can just Dragon Tail him out right now. Yeah, he wasn't able to break it. So that's his last. He has one more Hydro Pump after that, excuse me. But that was his almost last one. And what I can do right now is just go right for the Earthquake, knocking out his Extra Drill. I don't really care if he... I don't know if he's actually Fast Drill, but I don't care if he is Fast Drill either. Because I can knock out his Extra Drill, meaning that that's the one thing that could actually threaten my Venusaur, at least for some damage. But he goes with the Ferrothorn, completely fine by me, because what I will be able to do is... coil up even more, and obviously his Draw Ball right now is going to break my sub just because the last Hydro Pump landed on my sub. However, again, still stalling him out. I still will be able to take him on. He needs to switch out into Clef on a turn that I go for sub, which is like his only play of beating this thing. But as you can see, Zygarde is just putting in work, but he does get into Clef. However, it might actually be a roll if he doesn't have Protect, which he should have Protect, but if he doesn't have Protect, I can beat him right now if I get the damage roll. As I do, and we have enough HP for one more sub after this, so that's amazing. Sub Zygarde doing the work that I thought it would. Entei is going to come out. I don't care, because once Entei dies, Venusaur wins anyway. And Zygarde actually isn't going to die to Earthquake after the Extreme Speed. And Extreme Speed does not even break my sub. And I'm pretty sure that was Bandit Entei too, so Zygarde just coming through in the clutch. Rotom is going to come out. However, I can 100% sub on this thing, so I'm actually going to go for Coil because he only has one Hydro Pump left. His last move should be the Pain Split, so that was his last Hydro Pump, and he cannot touch me now. And I'm at +3 defenses, so none of his Pokemon can touch me. So Zygarde is going to be able to come through right now. Yep. As at this point, all I got to do is Coil. I don't got to go for Dragon Tail just in case he goes out into his Iron Bar. Ferrothorn, I just got to keep going for Coil and get back all my HP, and my opponent is just going to lose right now. There is no way he can possibly win, especially after the leftovers that I get. So this is just an example of Zygarde, what Zygarde can do. And I'm actually faster than his Extra Drill because he's probably the Spadef set on a balloon, though. Interesting. However, everything's just going to die. I love this, man. I love this. Rotom Wash is going to come out, and I have no reason not to Coil up to +6. Just because Rotom Wash cannot touch me, it just gives me more leftovers. And I actually want to see how much +6 Dragon Tail does. I bet you it doesn't even knock out Rotom. It shouldn't knock out Rotom. Rotom is a really bulky Pokemon, but my opponent is going to end up forfeiting. As you can see, Zygarde does get that win right there that I expected it to. Just got to get rid of Pidgeot and weaken Clefable. I did get a crit on Clefable with the Scald. However, if I did get the burn, it would have been the same thing, so I don't know. I'm not too sorry about that. I'm just glad that Zygarde was able to take the first game, man. And we got another game. Now, our opponent has a very threatening team. Garchomp is a pretty big threat to this team just because I have no way to hit it super effectively. So I'm actually going to lead off a Manaphy because I can burn it. And my Calm Mind Rain Dance Manaphy can actually 6-0 his team if I do get the burn on at least one of the 2 tries on his Garchomp. Yeah. This could potentially be Spikes plus Memento Latios, I guess, into Belly Drum Azu, which I'm not too worried about because Venusaur does outspeed 1. And Zygarde, thanks, man. Thanks, dude. Have fun. And Zygarde can eat a hit, a +6 Aqua Jet, and as long as I get off any prior damage, I can knock him out. And also Skarmory is sturdy, obviously. So I'm gonna lead off with Manaphy because I'm expecting him to lead off with his Garchomp. I think that's his best lead versus me because it beats everything on my team. As he leads off with Azu. Now, I have a really easy switch into my Venusaur. It's so easy that I kind of expect him to double. I'm just going to go for Scald right here. It's the best move in the game. Top 5, definitely top 5. Even if he stays in, I have that chance to burn him. As he goes right for the Play Rough, which is actually banded. So, I might have just sacked my... well, actually, that's a high roll, but I didn't really sack it. I don't think so. Yeah, I can still rest up on the majority of his team. So I'm going to go out into my Skarmory right here because I can get up a Hazard and proceed to do some work. He already knows I have Venusaur, so his best switch is probably going to be Latios if he does choose to switch. I already know that's banded damage just because I am physically defensive. As he does go Latios, and I can just get up a Spike right here. I don't really think his Latios can touch me unless it's running Thunderbolt. HP Fire is not going to do too much anyway. And I do have my T-Tar in the back, so I kind of expect him to double regardless of what he wants to do. Kind of weird or kind of didn't expect him to go right for the play rough, just because I do have Venusaur. But I'm gonna switch on to my Manaphy now on what I'm expecting to be Stealth Rock from his Garchomp. He could very well be offensive Garchomp, so maybe I should whirl him out. But I want to go Manaphy on the Stealth Rock, and kind of want to go for Scald, just because it does have that burn chance, obviously, as he does Dragon Tail and unfortunately misses. It sucks, you know, that sucks. But again, I'm not burning him. Nah, I'm not complaining about not getting burnt, but you know, it sucks to miss Dragon Tail, obviously. But he's going to go Latios right now, as I am able to get the burn on that thing. And now what I can do is actually go out into my T-Tar if I wanted to. However, Heatran is a pretty good switch as well, because I can get up my rocks. He does double back into Garchomp. It's semi-obvious play, and I might just be faster. I'm so tempted just to go for rocks right here because I want my rocks. However, this is what beats Skarmory, so I'm actually going to switch out to my Skarmory right now. Even though he's more than likely going to go for Dragon Tail, I really want my rocks to pressure his team. Garchomp is a threat. I need to wait for him to bring in my Manaphy. But he doesn't going for the Earthquake, which is good because I can live a Fire Blast from this thing pretty comfortably because he is defensive, and I can get up my second layer of Spike. And now what I can do is go for Roost on the Dragon Tail, which is what I'm expecting right now. I guess he could go for another Fire Blast if he wants to. He could also hard switch out, but getting up these spikes will be pressuring my opponent's team. And Latios is already burnt, which means that whenever it comes in next, it's actually in KO range of Pursuit, regardless of him switching out or not. And the hazards are obviously threatening the Azumarill. It's already going to go down to a Giga Drain or Sludge Bomb. Gengar is a threat as well, but he does choose to go for the Dragon Tail right now, as I did expect. And he brings in Zygarde. Zygarde doesn't actually do too much, though, versus him. I guess he can... Actually, no, it can win. Yeah, it can definitely win. So I'm going to go back on to Skarmory and hope he phases me out into my my Manaphy, as unfortunately for my opponent, he does miss the next Dragon Tail. Not really in his favor, as you can see. But I'm going to get my final layer of spikes right now. If he chooses to go out to Latios and Defogs, that's fine. He gets rid of rocks for me. So alternatively, I could go out into my my T-Tar right there, but he ended up going on to his Skarmory. So I'm gonna pull the switch out, or the switch into my my Heatran, as he actually is Defog Skarm. Wow. So I'm gonna get on my rocks right now. I expect him to go Venusaur. What? I expect him to go Azu or his Garchomp one more time. Garchomp is getting very low though, and with the fact that rocks are not up, I do threaten him a ridiculous amount. Because he has Defog Skarm, I actually don't think he has hazards on it. We already know his Mega is Lopunny, but I do check that thing reasonably well. So I'm able to get on my rocks right here. Now, I'm going to make a bit of an aggressive play. Let's see if I'm actually faster than him. I'm going to go for Taunt. I don't expect him to go for Earthquake because I do have Skarmory. So I'm going to go for Taunt right here, as I am faster, as he does try and go for a Stealth Rock. That's one of the pros of running max speed Heatran. And I will be able to go out into my Skarmory right now on this Garchomp, walling it indefinitely. If he wants to go for the Dragon Tail, that's completely fine. Again, with no hazards up, I don't care. I don't care, because Skarmory is my best play anyway. So, doubles out into his Azu right there, as I'm finally going to be able to bring in my Venusaur on this thing. I can eat up any hit. And Azu, of course, getting weakened is going to be helping me in the long run. But so what I am going to do is go Venusaur, and I think Mega, and go for Synthesis no matter what he does. I'm kind of tempted to go Venusaur on whatever attack he goes for, and then go for the... Yeah, my best play is just Mega Evolving and going right for the HP Fire. I need the bulk, that way I can switch into Azu a lot better. HP Fire is not going to do crap to him at all. However, I do have my Manaphy, which can just come out just in case he wants to go Garchomp, as he goes for Taunt. And all this does is just give me a boost. It also gives me that chance to burn my opponent and just giving me free leftovers. I haven't gone out to T-Tar yet, so Sand is not up, negating my leftovers. And all I can do is just click Scald as many times as I want. Zygarde might have some fun, but he does go Latios right here. A few switch-ins to this thing. I'm actually going to go out into my Skarmory, just in case he wants to double out into Lopunny, I suppose. If he wants to drop a Draco, that's completely fine. I don't expect him to, though. I kind of expect him to double into Garchomp. Half of me wants to stay in, but think Skarmory is the best mid play. Latios is 100% in range of Pursuit. I need Hazards up though to beat Lopunny 1v1, and I don't want T-Tar to get up the sand just yet. Zygarde can also beat Lopunny if Lopunny does not have Ice Punch, so that's something to note. He definitely has to double right here. Like, that's his only play. But also his switch-ins to my Venusaur are being limited. We already know that his Skarmory most likely does not have the spikes, because it is Defog, Roost, Taunt, I'm assuming Whirlwind. He's going to drop a Draco on me, as I am able to take that reasonably well. And what I am going to do is just fire off a Roost. I don't see... He can't go into anything that can beat me, so I'm just going to fire off a Roost, as he's going to do the same. So I'm assuming he's 3 attacks. Excuse me. I'm still sick, guys. But again, I can just go for a Spike. And even if he goes Skarmory right here, I get into my Heat Ran, and now I can start just spamming Lava Plumes on my opponent. So, my Skarmory's back at full. He literally cannot touch me, and I can get up a Spike. I do not care if he goes his own Skarmory, because even if he doubles into Garchomp, again, all I'm doing is taking damage. So this is how you use balance. I'm making a bit of aggressive plays, or some aggressive plays. He decides to go into his Lopunny, though, so I'm going to switch out into my Venusaur. It is my check to Lope, as he goes right for high jump kick, and let's just hit him up with a Synthesis. Actually, no, let's go for Giga Drain. Giga Drain's the best play, because if he stays in and goes for Power Up Punch, I recover a bit of health on this Lopunny. My Manaphy and my Zygarde all can eat a hit, so even if he goes out to Skarmory, I don't mind, because I will be recovering health, which is the important part. So what I actually want to do is just go for Giga Drain, and if he goes Skarmory, I'm actually going to go for Giga Drain again, just in case he wants to double, because Lopunny is such a big threat to this team. I am Spadef Skarmory. The best thing I can do is hit him with an Iron Head, or hit him with my spikes upon switch. So it's definitely in my favor to go for the Giga Drain, because I will at least recover 2%, so I am at 80, and I can eat up any hit he wants to go for. So he goes up to Skarmory, which I do not mind too much, and I'm just going to go right for the Spike or the Giga Drain again, because I don't care if he goes for Defog. He might just double here, predicting my Venusaur, so he might double into Azu or Garchomp and then try to pull a pivot into Lottie. So I'll go for the Giga Drain again, just in case one of those happens. I don't care if he defogs or taunts either, because again, at the end of the day, I am withdrawing or getting more HP. So he does pull that double into Garchomp like I was expecting, and now what I can do is just get rid of his Garchomp by going right for the Giga Drain and knocking him out. Yes, he is going to get up his rocks, however, Garchomp is gone, and this is looking good. He cannot... One, he has a hard time beating my... like, I already know for a fact he's going to double. He's going to double into Lopunny right here. That's his best play. So I really want to make the aggressive play of going for Sludge Bomb, predicting Lopunny. However, it's not in my heart to do so. There's no way he's letting me kill his Latios with my T-Tar. No way. He's definitely loving it. See, like, this is where the aggressive part of me is just saying, just stay in and go for Sludge Bomb. He's doubling into Lopunny. But Skarmory is actually his play of choice, which is great, because I am Speedy Skarm, so I am faster than him, as you can see by the leftovers recovery. So I can get up my more spikes, as he is going to go for Taunt, and the spikes are just really going to be pressuring the majority of his team. And now I can just go right on to Heat Rain. I don't care if he defogs. Rocks are gone for the entirety of the game. So he can go for defog if he wants to. I can also bring up my Tran right there and get up my rocks. Or even spam Lava Plume as much as I want. But he definitely did double, as you can see. But it was Skarmory, not the Lopunny. As he is going to double into Lopunny right now. Ooh. Oof. The plays. And this thing is an issue. Like, there's no way he's going for high jump kick. I do have my Venusaur, but I don't have to make the aggressive play of staying in just yet. Unless he's Power Up Punch, I should be fine to go. So I'm just going to go directly into Venusaur, because I've literally EV'd it to take returns after Stealth Rock. As you can see, he does go right for the high jump kick. So what I do want to do is, now I want to go for Synthesis, because even if he goes for the Power Up Punch, as you can see, he did crit me right there. I don't think he has Power Up. Would he have Power Up Punch? I don't know. If he does, it doesn't matter. I'll be back at full. So I have to go for another Synthesis. Obviously, I have to get back up to full. This Lopunny is a threat. This is my main way of dealing with it. As you can see, a crit did 48%. So you know that this Venusaur is EV to tank Lopunny 100%. As he is going to go out into Skarmory. And what I can do is just switch into my Heat Ran right here. Because even if he doubles back out into Lopunny, all he's doing is taking more hazard damage. That way Sludge Bomb 100% 2-hit KOs him. That way Giga Drain 100% 2-hit KOs him. So I don't mind any of those plays. As I said, Venusaur is not pressured because it beats his team. And of the move Giga Drain, yes, I have been stalled out of 2 Synthesis, which is, correct. But I do have a good way of beating him. And when I go out to Heat Rain, I can actually just click Lava Plume, so... he does choose to double back out into Latios, however. I don't think he has Earthquake. Even if he does, he is burnt, so that doesn't matter per se. I'm just going to get up my Stealth Rock as we are going to taunt him right here. Yeah, we're going to taunt. What would he go out into, actually? I'm going to go for Lava Plume. Because if he decides to try and double into Lopunny for some reason, I'll be able to beat that 1v1. Even if he's Calm Mind Latios, I do not care. He actually doubles into Ozzy, so that's great because I do get off the potential burn with the Lava Plume. If I actually got a burn right there, it was 100% over. Like, it was over. I could definitely see him doubling into Skarmory. However, I don't really need Heatran. Heatran does beat Skarmory, but so does Zygarde, so does Manaphy. However, I think Skarmory is my best play of choice as he doubles into Skarmory right there. Yeah, I don't mind that. Let him defog away the hazards for me. I take less. That doesn't pressure my Venusaur anymore. And I want to get up a Spike, so let him defog. Go ahead. Get rid of the rocks for me. Now my Pokemon are free. We are free at last, my friends. We are free at last. So I'm going to go for another Spike. Even if he goes Lopunny, I do not care. For I can take it on. And then I could just start clicking Iron Head versus that thing. Lopunny does come out. And I am going to click Iron Head right here. Just because I do expect him to go for return, maybe predicting my Venusaur, or doubling back out in Skarmory. This is a bit of a repetitive game. He does click return though, so I am able to get off the damage with the Iron Head on the Lopunny as I don't have to make any aggressive plays, because I'm in a good position. Yeah, I'm in a good position. I don't have to make any aggressive plays, so I'm actually going to go for Roost on the high jump kick, just to see how much it does. Ooh. That high jump kick was delicious. So, gonna go out into my Venusaur right now on what I'm expecting to be another high jump kick. I guess he could go for return. He needs... No, not even with dual crits can he beat Venusaur. So... And Manaphy eats a hit, Zygarde eats a hit, and Lopunny is almost in range of all those hits anyway. I literally could just go out to Manaphy at one point, which I believe I will versus Skarmory. It's starting to look grim for me. Yeah, bro, trust me, it is. I literally could go out into Manaphy and win the game. I had to return the Venusaur's turns back. I think even then it didn't matter because I was physically defensive. Like if I want to, I could just go for Iron Head right here. Yeah, I could just go for Iron Head and just 100% put him in KO range of Giga Drain. But we'll see how this does. I could also just switch out to Venusaur, but I don't want to risk him critting it on a return or something. And if he doubles, that'd be sick as well. So he goes for high jump kick as I am able to get off the damage on Lopunny, which I would 100% kill it now with the Giga Drain, which is great, and I can still roost up on his Skarmory. So I'm gonna go on to Lopunny on the return. Oh, good play on my opponent's part, as I can just go right for Giga Drain and recover his health. However, if he goes Latios, that's actually if he goes Latios, I'm gonna be able to trap it finally. So I'm actually gonna go for Synthesis right here. Because if he goes Latios, I'll finally be able to trap a T-Tar. Lopunny is low enough to the point where even if he goes Skarmory, I don't care. I mean, Skarmory doesn't even matter because it has leftovers, so I can just click Crunch and win the game. I beat Skarmory 1v1. I guess if he has... he's definitely Spadef Skarmory, so I guess if he has Iron Head, he could beat me. But T-Tar is going to be able to clean up this game once Azumarill as well as Lopunny go down. So Latios is his play of choice right now. And I'm going to stop being stubborn and I'm going to go directly into T-Tar. I haven't shown it this entire game. It traps Gengar, it also traps Latios, and even if he doubles back into Lopunny, it takes the damage. Yeah, I'm just going to make the play. I haven't made it this entire game, and I think it's time. I've been very patient. I've been very, very patient. Even if he wants to double back into Skarmory, doesn't make a difference. He does not choose to double, though. He is going to drop a Draco, which means that the Latios will finally go down to the combination of Burn plus Sand and all that. I can finally click Pursuit on him, and there goes my Vena answer. Yep. I mean, you do have Gengar, but patience definitely pays off, and obviously he was scared of it. I knew that, which is why I made the mid-ground plays instead of going T-Tar. One, to keep Sand away because of my synthesis. I knew that I only need T-Tar for Latios as well as Gengar, and... 2, because chances are he was going to double. So I'd rather have gone out to a Pokemon that didn't, like Zygarde, that wasn't KO'd by Azu, that wasn't beaten by Garchomp, that wasn't beaten by Skarmory, as he actually ends up going out to Lopunny right now. So I can just sack my Skarmory right here. There are enough sand turns to potentially knock him out, actually. Nope. No, actually, no. There are not enough sand turns to knock him out. However, I want to win with Zygarde. Now, wait a bit. I shall wait a bit. So, I'll go out to Manaphy and just click Scald. Scald wins games. Scald kills Azumarill after Sand. Scald kills Lopunny. Scald weakens Gengar. And Scald wins games. So, that makes sense. So, as you can see, we're already at 30 minutes. And it's only been 2 games, which is why I said this would be a shorter live. Just because I am using Balance. And Balance definitely takes longer. This team is a lot more slow paced. You got to think more about your turns. As you can see, that is not a 2 KO. And that was the last Pokemon that threatened. You know, if I got a burn turn 1 on his, if I got a burn turn 1 on the Azumarill, I just straight up won. But I'm gonna go for Scald again. I guess he could be sub-disabled, but he does not seem to be, as he's gonna be able to knock me out with the Sludge Wave. However, my T-Tar is gonna come right out. And what I can do is just click Pursuit. I can also click Crunch if I want to, but I don't want to add any extra turns, so I'm just going to click Pursuit, because even if he stays in, which he actually did not, he would have gone down to the Life Orb plus all of that, and Skarmory is going to come out, and I can just go out to Heat Rain. I guess he could whirl me around a bunch if he wants to. And I hope you guys actually enjoyed this, where I actually take things as if it's a game that I don't have to go super aggro, because it is Balance. It is a bit slower pace. Balance is actually the thing I use most in tournaments, if you guys weren't aware. But in any case, Azumarill, I'm just going to go right for the Crunch, or Pursuit, excuse me, and finish it off. I expected him not to go for Aqua Jet. Even if he did, it didn't matter, as Skarmory is going to come out, and all I got to do is go right out to Heat Rain and click Lava Plume twice, and I win the game. So he goes for Iron Head, revealing that he is Taunt, Iron Head, Defog, and I assume Roost, which is another set that Cosine talked to me about, because I actually battled Cosine a couple times with this team to test it out. That man's so lucky, dude. He burns me with every Scald. I can't do the same, but in any case, I will be able to click Lava Plume. It's not going to knock him out, but I do get the burn, as he is just going to taunt me, and that is going to be a good game. So I'm just going to hit the next Lava Plume, and yeah, good game, dude. So I hope you guys all enjoyed the Zygarde live. I was definitely happy that it put in work in the first game, and then in the second game, the team really showed how it works. I feel Zygarde definitely had potential to sweep in that game, but there was no real opening for me to come in unless I came in on Skarmory and then went for Quail on a Roost and then Dragon Tailed him on a Taunt. But hope you guys all enjoyed. Feel free to, of course, subscribe for more Pokemon. Leave a like, of course, if you did enjoy. I love your comments and, you know, sharing it on Twitter and all that stuff. It shows that you were angry, and it also shows that you don't want to support me in any single way. But yeah, guys, later.